All right, Gambit, you're up. Let's get started. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Wild Comics. It's another Wednesday. It's another cracking Wednesday. We have the X-Men number 266, first appearance of Gambit, which we all know is a lie. X-Men Annual 14 is the first appearance, but we won't get into that. We're cracking this bad boy open. It's 8.0 white pages. Chris Claremont, goodness all over this. This book is a newsstand, but I'm actually really curious because it's super, super clean. I'm not quite sure why this is an 8.0. There's a little bit of dirt on the back, and I'll get to that. But let me flip the camera around, get you up top, have you watch me crack this open, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. So hang tight. All right, guys. So now you're up top. You're checking out the Uncanny X-Men number 266, first appearance of Gambit. Newsstand, which is actually really cool. But as we know, there's a little spot right here up on top of the CGC book that you can pretty much start to separate to get it started. So I'm going to time lapse this so you guys don't have to watch the whole process. So let's get started. Okay, so now we have it out of the case. So that case was extremely hard to crack for some reason, but we have it out of the case. As most of you guys know, there is the actual label itself. This will get sent back to CGC, or they will be called to update their census once we get the grade bump or grade loss on it. That way it doesn't mess everything up. So we're going to be sending that back. Again, I always have to go, this is kind of an interesting case. This one looks a little bit different. This one looks a little bit different than the original ones because normally has those little tabs up top, but this one doesn't have it. This is like a really interesting one. I haven't seen one like this before. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out so we don't have to look at it anymore. So let's go. All right. And voila, there we go. I'm looking at this book right now, and this book has some funky waves to it, actually, to where I wonder if a press will get it out. So this is going to be a really good press on this book, and I do see there's quite a bit of dirt on the back side of this book that could be cleaned off. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so you guys can see all these pressable defects. So hang tight. Okay, so here's the bird's eye view of the 266. Now check this out. Check out these ripples inside of this book. I've never seen that before. It almost looks like maybe some sort of water damage on this book. So I'm pretty sure the press will take it out. So that's probably why I got knocked down to an 8.0. But I mean, besides that, I mean, this book, there's a little bit of an ink rub right there by the actual barcode. But like besides that, like there's hardly any. I mean, there's a few ticks on it, but there's nothing like too crazy on this book that's standing out to me. Now, again, I'll flip it over so you guys can check out the backside. The backside does have a nice little dirt spot right there, a little thumbprint. Again, it's pretty clean all the way across, all the way around. So a simple clean will definitely fix all that. Now, the one thing I do need to tell you guys on these books is anytime you actually open these books or crack them out of the CGC case, you want to look out for that. That's what you're looking for. This is an acid sheet that they put inside these books. So these always get removed out of the pages. And technically, on this era of books, the older books normally have 3 of those sheets in it. But normally, these, I guess modern ones is what you would call it, because this was from 1990. They normally have 2. There'll be one in the front, then there'll be one in the back. But sometimes, and that's the deal, look at that page. Look at that page. There's a crease. I don't know how well if the camera's gonna pick it up, but there's a crease right. Oh, there it is, right there. So you always want to check your books in case they're not missing any sort of stamps, any sort of lines, any sort of anything before you resubmit it. Even though this was a blue label already, it's always good to double check the books just in case. So see, I want to say there should be another one in here. Oops, I skipped the page. Let's see. Nope, not in there. Maybe they just put one in here. I don't know. Maybe they're running low on acid sheets. It's really hard to do this with a camera in your hand, though. Yeah, looks like there's just a one in there. So make sure you guys always check for those acid sheets. But that's going to be this book. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to press it. I'm going to show you guys the results. And I'm going to close out for you guys. So hang tight. Okay, now we have the X-Men 266 First Gambit busted out of the case, and we're going to see it after it's been cleaned and pressed. All in all, this press came out really good. Couple spine ticks that do break color. I can zoom in for you, see if you guys can take a look at some of these. Just a few ones, just right there by the tree branches. I don't know how well you guys can see them. But all in all, it came out really, really good all the way around. And it's a newsstand, so I'm pretty happy with that. The way that this book has very minimal, really imperfections on this after the press. And then when I flip it over, it was a pretty significant clean on this one. But all in all, like I said, I think it came out really good all the way around. So hopefully we get some grade bumps on this book, but I think we're definitely going to find out. I think if anything, if it says an 8.0, I will be happy with that. But obviously we want a grade bump. But I'm going to flip the camera around and close out for you guys. All right, guys. So now we're closing this segment out of Cracking Wednesdays. We actually have the Uncanny X-Men 266 that we have cracked out of the case, which was once an 8.0 white pages. So I'm not quite sure of the defects yet, but because I do the press after I do the closeout segment. But I think this book has a ton of potential, you guys. I think there's a lot of room in this book, but we're going to find out together. So that's going to be everything. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I always enjoy watching and seeing new subscribers be participants in my channel. Leave a comment because I love to hear what you guys have to say, and hit the like button and especially the notification bell because you're not going to want to miss the results of these books. So that's going to be everything for this week, you guys. I really appreciate it, and we're going to close out like we always do. Keep it wild, keep it fun, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.